Have you ever had a Bigfoot sighting? If you have and you don't want to let anybody know that it was you that saw him, or you're afraid to tell your story because you're afraid of you being made fun of, I'd be glad to tell your story for you. All you have to do is email me your story at bigfootadventures411@gmail.com. Let me know what you want me to say, what you don't want me to say, and I can put your story out there so other people can hear about it without you being identified. This story comes out of Ohio in September of 2003. There were two ladies that were fishing in the Rocky River Reservation. This is what she had to say. She said, "My friend and I were fishing along the Rocky River in the Rocky River Reservation. We were up on a rock wall that was about 8 feet above the river. We had been fishing there for about 2 hours when we saw a herd of deer cross the river away from us. About 5 minutes later, we could see something moving around in the woods directly across from where we were sitting. This part of the river is only about 20 feet across. We just figured it was a deer and continued to fish. Then I realized that if that was a deer, it would have to be really tall or standing on its hind legs. It looked as though it was trying to eat the leaves off the tree. The sunlight caught its eyes, and I realized it was looking forward at us with these glowing reddish-orange eyes. As I was trying to figure out what this deer was doing, I realized it was starting to make its way out of the woods. That's when my friend and I realized it was not a deer at all. A large black image that was standing on two legs started to appear out of the trees. My friend took off with her fishing gear at this point and went to her car. I continued to stand there in disbelief of what I was seeing. I stood there at the base of the woods looking at it, and it was looking at me. I could see this creature standing plain as day, 20 feet across the river from me. I could see it was well over 6 feet tall and had black fur from head to toe. Once I realized what I was looking at, I grabbed my fishing gear and I took off across the field to my friend's car. I even tripped and fell over at one point and peed in my pants in fear. That it may have been chasing me is what I was afraid of. So I got up and I just started to run. Once I got in the car, I asked my friend what she saw, and she said she wasn't sure, but that she was never going back to the Rock River Reservation again. So after this happened, they went home, and the lady said that she was talking to her husband, and her husband was telling a friend about what they had saw down there at the Rocky River Reservation, and he was actually doing so because he was making fun of her. And that's when his friend said that his girlfriend swore that she saw a monkey in the same area. It looked like a gorilla that was walking on two legs in the same exact area as they were. So, that's pretty creepy, you know. The fact that they saw this thing up so close and they were just sitting there and her friend ran off and left her. That's pretty funny too, but, I'm glad they're okay, and, I'm sure it scared the mess out of them, but I'm sure it would scare just about anybody at that close of a, when you don't know something exists and then you see it, it'll rock your whole world. It changes your world. So I hope you're enjoying my stories, and until next time, I'll see you then.